What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the teams here, live, exclusive on Blue Abroad. I'm Pommy and Oz. I'm in a good mood because we're playing a final. Joining me, as always, is the man they call Leg Dog. Leg Dog, how are you doing?
Mate, I'm bloody pumped. I'm absolutely bloody pumped. How can you be anything but pumped? We're about to play finals. The team's about to drop. Footy final starts tonight. The Blues are back in a big way. Pom, let's get this shit started.
Hey, mate, let's get stuck into this shit. Before we do that, $10 donation from critically acclaimed author Michael C. Madden, $10. And he says, if the Blues are the thread, Voss is the loom and the team is the tapestry they endeavour to fashion. Pull the wrong thread at selection and tapestry falls apart. This one matters. Tell you what, that was, I mean, as a man that likes playing with words, that was pretty poetic, that.
Shout out to our first loom reference on the show. I'm surprised it took us so long.
Hey, do you know what I mean? Well, you could say that selection looms. There we are. That one's for free. The next one's a $5 donation. Leg Dog, chat, talk to me as you all twickle your way in. What are we expecting at the selection? Obviously, Pitternet is guaranteed to come in.
Yep.
Doc Cripps, you would expect to come in. What are we thinking we're going to see at selection? Let me know, chat. And Leg Dog, what are you expecting to see?
Well, I mean, it's what we've been speculating on for a few weeks now, Pom, and that was that it's going to get down to this last couple of weeks or heading into the finals, now the finals, where we're going to have mass changes, and it's not going to be through like desperation, but rather having too much available. So we know Cripps, Doc, Pitto, and probably Blake Acres are all going to come into this team. That's at least 4 inclusions. That means 4 blokes have to go out, which is going to be really tough. We obviously did the stream on your channel last night, and it was really, really difficult to make the changes. And we actually went in with only 2 changes or 3 changes. So there's going to be some unlucky players to come out of this side. But the good news is that we've got probably 26 to 30 AFL level caliber players all fit and firing and ready for this week. So there will be changes, but it's actually a good thing.
Mate, you know what? I think you've nailed it. And you know what? I'm with you, Let Dog. I enjoy this team selection. Well, I wanted to spice this up a bit, right? So I'm going to show you this. See if I can do it, because I can do this on my own. Oh, there. I love it when a plan's coming together. Right, so chat and Let Dog, right? I'm going to run this by you. In my opinion, round 18, I think, is the closest we've ever had to our best 22. And I would say everything this game was sexy. Port came at us. We outplayed them. We systematically beat them up around the ball and got the ball out wide. So there's 2 things I want to cover in this. One, few people talking about Kennedy, right, coming in. Now, this game here showcases why you need good outside players, because all inside players do is find ball and get the ball out to them outside players, which is why last year, one-dimensional, when you've got the limited prowess of O'Brien, this year, pretty good, right? So I wanted to show you the team, right? And I thought, if we use this as like the benchmarker of our team, right, what would that team look like? So let's see if I can manipulate this website. So that should be quite big on your screen,
good.
Is it?
You might. It looks big, but you still might need to read it out for the mobile users.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously the back line was Vietering, Kemp, Sard, McGovern, Boyd, Newman. So we suspect Boyd won't play this game, right? So who would we change that to this week, would you say? So chat, we'll try and see if we can predict it. We've got 15 minutes. So let's use this as the template. What would who would that be?
You're picking from 3 players, I'd say. Chincotta, Fisher, and Marchbank. Because I'm looking at the Melbourne lineup on my screen, which, again, I think is very similar to this one. It's going to be Fisher or Chincotta in that starting back 6. So I'm not sure what chat thinks. I imagine Chincotta's going to stay in this side.
Okay, well, what I'll do is just by a process of elimination, right? Look, we'll just get the obvious ones. So obviously there is no Silvani. So that would turn into Mark.
We're struggling to see what you're doing, Pom. It's a bit
Good,
skewy.
because I'm doing something illegal.
Okay, Pom's doing illegal. Are you doing HTML hacking right now, Pom?
It won't let me because I'm streaming it. But where that's at, so that'd be Mark Pitternet, wouldn't it? So if we went through here, you'd imagine that's Wheater in Kent, Sard, McGovern, right? You'd say that that's probably, let's just say that's Doherty. Oh, wait. So
I think let's say it's Chincotta because it's going to be difficult to. I don't think Doherty's playing in the back line.
Tell you what, all right, I'm going to make this easier, right? Right, let's do it the old-fashioned way, right? So let's just say, right? So Kemp, Wheater in, Doherty. So that backline was Wheater in Kemp, Sard, McGovern. Yeah, so you'd say that Chincotta would be that guy, and then you would say that Silvani becomes Pitternet, and then this is where it's hard. If you bring in Motlop was playing, so always would have to play, right? Because that's the same as Motlop. Would you say that that's always? Would you say Motlop for Fogarty from last week, chat and like Doug?
Yeah, that's tough. It might end up being the case. Again, we talked about it earlier. Fogarty's one of those guys that has worked his ass off, been a big tackle beast in the forward line. But if you're giving me the choice and you make me pick one of them, it is going to be Motlop for the upside on the scoreboard.
Motlop, tell you what, if Harry Mackay ever goes into the back line, I'm pissing off back and watching football. Do you know what I mean? A game where people don't reinvent the wheel. Gonna shout out my good mate, Daniel Zamoud. Good luck to the Ajax under-15 Jets, who are in the grand final versus Bentley. As you know, Bentley's full of posh people. So, eat the rich, up the poor. Oh, yeah. I've got your back, Danny. I've got your back, mate. Good day, Luke. So, chat, right, with this one, obviously, let's cover the elephant in the room, right? Because this makes me feel sick, right? And it does make me feel sick.
You're not going to mention it, are you?
But people are talking about precipitation. For those who don't understand the Queen's English, I suppose it's the King's English now, rain. I hate saying it, right? Is anyone concerned? Let's just get it out of the way now so you don't ruin my hype when the teams are released and I go full nuffy. Is anyone worried about the rumours that Marchbank's playing? Because that would mean that we have Pitternet, Marchbank in the team, which does make us a little bit like the semi-finalists in the FIBA Basketball World Cup at the moment.
Yeah, we would be running 7 or 8 tools in the team. By the way, if you answer yes, you're worried, Pom will ban you from the stream. Just a warning. Just a word of warning. Like it's going to be a discussion point, isn't it, Pom? But, it's supposed to stop raining tomorrow night. Good drainage on the G. I think they're going to want to just put the best team they can out on the park. And we struggled yesterday finding that 7th defender. We ended up going, maybe it's Doherty rotating back. But if you've got Caleb Marchbank, maybe it has to be him as the 7th defender, and then you let a Kemp or a McGovern play off ball a little bit. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but there is going to be rain. It is going to be wet tomorrow during the day. We'll see how it plays tonight in the wet. We have a tall team.
My kids are outside playing. Honestly, my kids are outside playing now. Do you know, like,
I just took dogs for a walk. I'm fine.
Mate, it's character building. But you know what? Thank God people think like me. Because George, when I heard it might rain, I actually thought, well, let's look at the evidence. Sydney are one of the best pressure-based sides in the league, right? And what happens with their game style, and this is the offset of Horse, creates a lot of stoppages. Because if you tackle a lot and you put a lot of pressure on, you create stoppages, which incidentally, we're the best at. In the rain, you genuinely see an increase in stoppages. So I was all excited anyway if it rains. And then George, genius. And then Jack, genius. And then my mate Faz. It's fucking water, man. Like, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, 2023, we're about to put people back on a mission to the moon. We're going to go to Mars in 3 years. And fucking people are saying, oh, Oh no, people can't catch a ball in rain. Get a bit of tars about you. Do you know what I mean? I used to have to walk to school, get a bus that took me 20 kilometres away, just so I walked the extra 20 kilometres in the pouring rain. Didn't do me any harm. Come on. Anyway, it's a final. Get some feathers about you.
We talked about it last week. The Swans are one of the worst teams in the AFL for allowing scores from clearance. If it's wet and there's lots of stoppages, we're the number one clearance team. We're the number one contested team. It works to our advantage. I'm pretty confident for that. If it's a low-scoring affair, well, guess what? We've got Charlie and Harry in the forward line that can, if Charlie's not taking one-handed marks and kicking 6 goals, he's bringing the ball to ground, and Motlop and Owies are doing their job. So for me, I'm not worried about the wet. I'm not worried about Sydney's talls. I mean, you've got to respect them, but I'm not worried about them in the wet. And I think it just suits us. And we've always said on this channel, and maybe I'm crazy, I've always said we're better in the wet. So why are we worried about it now? We've got a contested beast team. Cripper, get a bit of mud on him, get some war paint going on. He's going to run through everyone like a bull. He's going to pick Tom Papley up again and run him around like a little backpack. I'm excited for him.
Do you know what I mean? Fucking Jesus Christ. Bit of water. Do you know what I mean? A bit of water and people shit themselves. Do you know what I mean? Jesus, man. I love playing rugby in the wet. It's better because, you can actually hurt people and get away with it. Do you know what I mean? So you make it accidental. You're the 5th Yorkshireman. Hey, spot on, Stephen. Mate, honestly, a bit of water never hurt anyone. Do you know what I mean? If it rains, it rains. Fazzy's right. I know Faz was taking the piss earlier. Jesus. I mean, honestly, Jesus. Honestly. You know what? There's 2 people in the world annoy me the most. 2 people. We'll just digress because I'm excited now. People who can't fucking queue up properly, like front and back, and they just hover at the front, right? They piss me off. The others, people who wear ponchos at things like Wet and Wild and when it's raining. You can only get wet once. You can't get you wet, you're wet.
You're wet or you're dry.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Okay, now, chat. But obviously, we've got Sydney. So Sydney, they've got some important people in, right? They've got some important people in. Tom Papley's meant to come back. Chat, do me a favour. If you're going there, I want that guy booed from start to finish because Tom Papley does my nutting.
Yeah, I'm with you. He was supposed to be a Carlton player, reneged at the last minute and extended for about 75 years. And he probably wishes he was a Carlton player now. So, no, I'm with you. I'm happy to boo him. Who else have they got? McInerney, who might come back. He's been missing with a calf. And they're probably the 2 ins for Sydney, is Papley and McInerney. We'll know soon. But I think we're healthier than them. Not that they're missing heaps and heaps of players, but we are healthier than them heading in. We're missing 1 player, Jack Silvani, a handy player. But really, there's no excuse for the Blues. We finished higher on the ladder. We've got no injuries. We're the best contested team in the comp. We got all Australians in the side. Got a Brownlow medalist winner from last year. We're the informed team in the comp. We won 9 of our last 10 games. Second to that is GWS, who won 9 of 11. It's a home ground. We've got 85,000 Carlton fans who are going to be there cheering us on. We're going to brute force this game, Pom. The fans alone the players might not even need to go out. We'll cheer so hard we'll win the game ourselves.
Stronger together. Make some fucking noise, chat. Shout out to eBag981. Hopefully you've got your date sorted and you've got a nice, but enjoy your formal. Best time of your life. Do you know what I mean? The last time you can go to a party with 0 responsibility. You know what I mean? 0 responsibility.
I don't remember my formal, so that should speak to how much fun it is. Bad timing. The school should have moved it for sure, though.
You should have done. Can neither confirm nor deny, Wally. Lockie Jack asking Pom breaking ankles. I was an inside centre. So I just smashed into people. Took the first couple of sets. Chat, what are we in this game thinking? So we've got Pitternet coming back. Obviously, Sydney, we know what they're strong at. Sydney are a very, very strong side. What are you expecting to see from the boys? Are we expected to see more of the same? Or do you think Voss is going to spring any surprises? Obviously, we know finals footy is hotly contested. And I personally feel that the best matchup for our style out of all the 8 is Sydney to get our nerves and get our teeth bit in finals.
Yeah, and Vossi's talked about it this week, the last couple of weeks. We've been playing finals footy for quite a while now. We play a contested brand, we play a pressure brand in the forward half, and we've got some bloody good defenders doing their job as well. All of our best players at the moment have really been standing up, Jacob Wiedering. And this game is built, it's built for let's say 3 players. It's built for Paddy Cripps, Jacob Wiedering, and Charlie Curnow. And then you dust a little bit of Harry Mackay in there as well. This is a game built for those 3 guys. And I don't know, Pom. I don't think they're going to reinvent the wheel. I don't think they're going to change anything. I think by sheer will, these players are going to win this game. And I'm feeling there have been times this year where I've been nervous before a game. There are times where I've been worried because I knew we were going to get smashed. I'm kind of empty right now because I'm just so full of belief for the 23 that's going to run out tomorrow. I'm just completely bought in.
Mate, I agree with you. And a good mate of mine, Luke, asks, any tips on how to grow your sexy moustache?
Yeah, you've got to stop being able to grow hair anywhere else.
Bugsbell says, be the hunters. I agree with Stephen. That my coach used to say that in a bit of rugby. You just hit them harder when it's wet. Tackle machine. I agree. What else have we got? Walsh 3 votes. Cripper the Gladiator. He is indeed. We can outlet their runners run. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk that Ollie Hollands is going to get dropped, right? Which upsets me because Ollie Hollands is my boy. Finished 3rd in the Rising Star after everyone said he was dog shit. Turns out he's not. Uncle Pom might have been right on that one. He's a good player. I personally think when you've watched Goulden this year, and Goulden, I think he's up there with Nick Martin and Josh Dacos as the best wingers in the league at the moment this year. I think you look at the teams that have had success with Goulden, he likes to drop deep and get the ball and then play that give and go. I feel like Cottrell, Sard, and Hollands, that's the way you stop him because he's never going to be left to his own devices because all 3 of them have incredible engines. So I am looking forward to seeing that battle.
Me too. I think the other one I'm excited to see is what they do with Callum Mills because his best footy is when he's more of an attacking mid, but they've been using him primarily in a more negating role and even pushing him deep into defense when he's not been impacting. So I want to see if they're going to go head-to-head, Cripper and Mills or Walsh and Mills, or if they're going to use him to tag. But I think for them, the key is Goulden because he can unlock so much for you with his run and the amount of ball he can win. He can also hit the scoreboard. So I think he's number 1 priority. Maybe trying to curtail a Nick, the Lizard, what's his name, Blakey, trying to curtail him a bit is probably important. So I'd say they're the major weapons there, and those guys generate run or ball movement. So I'm not saying we need to completely negate them and, go full tag, but you definitely can't just let them run free. We've seen teams do that to Nick Dacos this year. We've seen him do it to Goulden, and Goulden only needs a 5-minute patch to get involved in the game as well. So whoever's with him just needs to keep an eye on him, but don't sacrifice your game to do so.
Mate, I agree with you. I mean, Blakey, last time we played him, we did it easy, didn't we? We let him have it easy. But chat, you know me, I'm a firm believer in positive energies. I feel like we're gonna have to, we're gonna be a big part of this, right? Whether you're at home, whether you're abroad, whether you're on a beach, whether you're at a formal. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Whether you've spent 5 years with that crush on Cindy in physics, or like me, Tilly Cottingham, maths, front row, and you've just put it off, right? The time is now. And you're going to have to believe it. So chat, I want you to do something for me. In the chat comments now, I want to put Carlton win on Friday. That's it. Go mental. Put it into the stratosphere because you're going to have to give them the belief. When they go out there, they have 100,000 people on their back. Raise them. Don't drag them down. Right? So spot on, Noah. We'll win. We're the better football side. We're the better looking. We're the strongest. We're the ones who are gutsy. We're the ones who earned it. When you're deprived of something, that gives you hunger. And the biggest test for these boys, is what God tests man with. If he wants to test someone, he gives you everything, as Mike Tyson said. So the teams are in. And,
Jesus.
And Corey Durden, Ollie Hollands, Paddy Dow, Zach Fisher, and into the team comes Mark Pitternet, Patrick Cripps, and Sam Doherty. So your backline is Brodie Kemp, Wheaterin, Nick Newman, Alex Chincotta, Mitch McGovern, Sard, Blake Acres, Cripps, Sam Walsh, Jack Martin, Harry Mackay, Cunningham, Fogarty Kerner, Owies, Pitternet, Chera, Walsh, Marchbank, Hewitt, Cottrell, and TDK arrive in. This is an interesting one. Carlton have gone with the three big guns in, and Voss has done my boy.
There's some surprises here, Palm. First note, Ollie Holland out into the emergencies, Paddy Dow out into the emergencies, Fisher out, and Motlop doesn't come in. So they're sticking with the Cunningham, Fogarty, Owies combo. They've clearly thought Fogarty and Cunningham have done enough to keep their spots. We thought Motlop would come in for sure for one of them. So potentially he's not got up. I'm going to read through the notes in a second. Surprise there. They've named Doherty on a wing, which we speculated on the show last night, whether it's Doherty or Walsh that rotate through the wing. I didn't think it had come at the cost of Hollands. And Marchbank, they've kept in the team as the seventh defender, so we were right in that thinking Sam Doherty wouldn't be used in defense, but we were wrong in thinking that it probably wasn't going to be Caleb Marchbank who was the seventh defender. It's interesting team.
Tell you what, as well, big one. Club has done something. Motlop evidently is the sub, according to Twitter, and Jack Hardy's also posted it. But people on Twitter saying Voss has already said Motlop is the sub. So that is interesting. No Hollands, but it doesn't matter because Hollands is in the stands cheering. I don't care. He's my mate. I love Ollie Hollands. He'll be back next week. He'll be fine. Pomcotter's there. And as long as Pomcotter's there, Carlton keep on winning. The two most important things as well, Cunningham effect. Do you know what I mean? Cunningham's only lost in this team when Carlton couldn't be asked. Obviously, there is another team to talk about, and that is Sydney Swans. McInerney, Lewis Melican. Imagine him being your in. Tom Papley comes in. Aaron Francis, who I didn't know till last week, and they named him as sub, actually played football still. Dylan Stevens, Leibs, Ryan Clark, and Robbie, the Fox in the box goes. They will line up, as you can see on the screen, which is Lewis Melican, Tom McCartin, Dane Ramp, Jake Lloyd, Nick Blakey, Ollie Florent, Errol Goulden, Chaddy Warner, Callum Mills, Tom Papley, Aidan McLean, Sam Wicks, who actually was worth a second rounder in a league that me and Lake Dog are in, Isaac Heaney, Joel Amati, Logan McDonald, Tom Hickey, Roe Bottom, Luke Parker, and four dudes that I've never heard of on their bench. Obviously, on paper, two strong teams. Like, I really like that team. I mean, obviously, with Hollands not being there, I suspect Carlton are going to do what they've been doing the last couple of weeks. And that is seeing Cottrell with a lot of wing time, Chera, Walsh, and Doc go up there, which seems to have been the Voss mandate. He likes that rotation. So that's going to be a really good battle, I think. Watch that one, Doc versus Goulden. I reckon that'll be a tasty little battle when they go at it.
Yeah, well, both Doc and Blake Acres obviously have defensive sides to their game, so that will be really interesting to watch. They've named Mills on a wing. I don't think he'll spend a hell of a lot of time there. The other one I want to watch, Pom, I'm going to speculate like I do every week on potential laid-outs. Hollands in the emergency, potentially laid in for Blake Acres. I'm just putting that one on the paper right now. I don't know anything. I'm purely speculating, but that's one to watch for me.
Mardy's spot on. Positive energies, right?
Man, I'm positive.
Fucking energies. Don't worry about fucking layouts and fucking Oh, who's going to watch?
Did I mention it's raining?
Who's going to watch Sam Wicks because he went for a second in the Professional League? Do you know what I mean? I want to read all that. The Blues are fucking winning this, David, ladies and gentlemen. Right. I don't care who gets dropped. Drop Charlie Kerner for all I care. This week, Friday, they are going in with us on their back. They're going to fucking bring this home, baby. They're bringing this home.
Let's talk about it. If our delivery inside 50 is half decent, we'll win the game, because you're bringing in Lewis Mullican as your tall defender with Tom McCartan to watch Charlie Curnow and Harry Mackay. I think you're exposing yourself a little if I'm criticising Sydney's defensive lineup. It's our inside 50 that's going to be a big difference maker in this one. But you know what excites me when I say that, Paul? Seeing Sam Doherty on the wing, seeing Sam Walsh and Adam Chera named on the ball, because they're guys who can deliver the ball inside 50. And we know what Jack Martin can do, who we've talked about it for 2 years now, Paul. This is a Jack Martin special, this one. This is a Jack Martin special. He's going to make the ball look like it's been covered in PVA glue.
Mate, honestly, that team, just looking at it on paper, right, it's like a blue diamond-shaped pill, isn't it?
It is a blue diamond-shaped. What did you say? Pill?
Pill, yeah. It's my accent. In case you haven't noticed, I've got an accent.
Fuck, I was always wondering why you talk funny.
You know what? Do you want to hear a true story? I coach golf, right?
Yeah.
A good mate of mine's school, right? This is no word of a lie, right? And I'm there teaching, right? And there were 7-year-olds. And at the end of the lesson, I was like, anyone got any questions? And this little girl, absolute sweetheart, goes, I've got one. And I was like, yeah, well, what is it, my darling? And she goes, will you get better? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, because my nana talks like you and she had a stroke, but at least you can walk. And I had to explain to her that my accent wasn't slurred because I had a stroke, so I was English. Quality moments. But no, I agree with you. So chat, now we come to my point. We've got 5 minutes, but I'll go over schedule if I want, because Pom does what he wants. Right, chat. First thing, I want to tell you, what minute do I get the loudest spine-tingling fucking cheer? What minute? And what happens? Why do we cheer?
I'm going to go with an oldie but a goodie. It's going to be a late first quarter Sam Doherty goal from outside 50. I'm telling you, man. It's a Sam Doherty goal. He's going to be in an attacking mood. He's going to rocket one through, and we're going to lose our bloody minds. What minute? I'm going to say, let's say the 23rd minute.
I'm going to say 4th minute. Jake Lloyd delivers an absolute boomer inside 50. Right, Joel and Marty looks like he's going to set to take the mark. And out of nowhere, Brody Kemp climbs him like a fucking step ladder, taking an intercept mark 2 minutes in.
Love it. I love it. What are some other people?
Let's see what we got. Before the siren, after the anthem, when Curnow kicks his 10th goal, ooh, E-bag. You might be out of your formal by then, my friend. 90th minute kicks the first. I like that. First bounce. Let's hope so. That'd be fucking noise.
I like Cripper crunching Papley. I listened to a podcast recently. I'm not sure which one it was, but they were talking about leading into that grand final Melbourne one. Jack Viney all week was just saying to the coaching staff, I'm crunching someone straight away. And he did, and everyone got around him, and I'd love to see some Cripper crunching.
Oh, I do. Second goal, 12th minute. Oh, Charlie Kerner gets the first goal. Oh, I like that. Swans want to break 105 years. Yeah, mate. Who do? Charlie plucking and Marks. Oh,
I like that. Would start things off beautifully, wouldn't it?
Says that's filth. Maybe when Akey kicks it out of the full. Yeah, Nicola. Spot on. That's right. Every time he has that bounce on the full as well, he goes about 100%, right? It goes about 100% for the next 2 quarters. It's insane. All right, next question, chat. Okay. Which midfielder is kicking the most goals?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna. My gut instinct is to pick a Carlton player. even though I think the actual answer is Errol Goulden. But for Carlton,
Right.
our leading goal kicker from
Stop
the midfield is going to be. It's going to be Adam Chera. It's going to be Adam Chera. Chesney.
Peter, George, Akers,
Old Hill, Doherty with 3. If Doherty kicks 3, mate, I'm doing a nudie run. I'm doing a nudie run.
Right, I came back from the future. Someone wrote today on Twitter 37 for Cripps and 3 goals, and someone called him an effing moron. So I'm backing him in. Cripps is going to kick 3 goals. Well done, Bevton.
Real Brisbane areas.
Cripps is built for a fight. You kidding me?
I know.
This guy's dreamt of a final leading these boys out since fucking Judd went off on the fucking HMV at the end of the game. You know what I mean? When he did his knee that last game. Like he's going
to run through a wall tomorrow. He's not even going to run down the race. He's just going to run through the stands, taking seats and fans with him. He's going to be that amped up and ready to go.
All right. Last individual one. Harry Mackay. How many goals is he kicking?
I know I've said this about 4 players, but this is going to be a Harry Mackay special.
Mackay's predicted a 25-goal win.
We're going to win by 25 goals, mate. What's the record? We're breaking it. No, I think so. I think players that are going to dominate this game, Wiedering, Cripps, Curnow, easy. I think Martin's going to have some beautiful delivery inside for us, and he's just going to have some class moments. But I think Harry's going to get on the end of a couple. I think he's going to kick 3, probably have 5 shots at goal. I think he's going to kick 3 goals. I think there's going to be a lot of attention on our boy Charlie, and Harry's just going to go, thank you very much.
You know what? I actually have him for 3 goals. And I actually think it's going to be 3 goals in the first. I feel like he's going to have a Mason Cox final quarter, the first quarter against Richmond 2018. And I feel like that's so important because that means that Ram, McCartin are going to have to not double team Curnow and come to him. And I think that unlocks the game. And we've got 3s. We've got Noah. If Pitto kicks 6, I'll get Mark Pittonet's name tattooed on my wedding tackle.
If Mark Pittonet kicks 6, I'm going to change my name to Let Dog Pittonet.
One of us has got a worse bet than that. So, right, chat, before we go, give me your final predictions.
All right. Well, I'm going to say best on, I'm going to keep this simple, best on Paddy Cripps. Most goals, Charlie Curnow, he kicks 4. Carlton win by, I'm going to say 26 points. I don't know what the score will be, though. But we're going to win by 26 points.
I am going to go best on-ground performance, Patrick Cripps. Most goals, Curnow. Carlton by 28.
Oh, God, I like it. I am so pumped. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. And I don't know how I'm going to pretend to work tomorrow because there's no way I'm doing a goddamn thing. If you're watching from work, I'm sorry.
Mate, fucking finals, baby. We've got some goods. We've got Says, she's saying 28. We got Maz, 32. Bog, Cripps, Curnow with 6. Love it. Blues by 8, says Mardy. Christian, Carlton by 29. Doc, Bog. Oh, he's career high. Hey, I like that, Christian. Christian, that is sensational. Lemon Pop, 50 by... Oh, Lemon Pop. If Carlton are up by 50 in the 4th, I can't promise to stay fully clothed. Noah, 27. Jordan, 27. Aussie Azure, 28. Chills, 33. So many. 42. This is sensational. Well, chat, I love you to pieces, right? And me and Let Dog are going to be doing another what? How many more of these we got to do? 3 more, haven't we?
3 more, yeah.
3 more.
We don't get the luxury of next week off, but 3 more of these. It's going to be massive.
Do you know what I mean? So, chat, rest up tonight, drink plenty of fluids, And remember Uncle Pom's phrase: if you get nervous, just make some more fucking noise. You know what I mean?
It's on
Make
us
some,
tomorrow.
Yeah, make some noise because we are going to be rocking this time tomorrow night. We will be rocking. Enjoy yourselves. Watch Collingwood versus Melbourne because we have to knock out the loser of that next week. So enjoy yourselves. Embrace it. Live in the moment. Go Blues.
Go Blues. Say good day at the member event if you see me. Rock on.
And share your beef roll with him. He spent $200